Hey guys, what's happening? Happy holidays. This is Werenka from Simply Home. I'm the broker for the state of Michigan, and I'm back with your December 2025 real estate market update for the Woodward Corridor. Let's get into it. As always, we're going to go ahead and start with the city of Ferndale. There's been some big changes, so let's dig right in. Currently, as of today, there are 63 homes on the market in the city of Ferndale compared to 31 that sold in the month of November. The average sale price in November was $236,760. That is down 15.6% from the month of October, and it's down 16% from November of 2024. Currently in Ferndale, homes are selling for 98.1% of asking price, and they're selling in an average of 25 days on the market. Currently in Ferndale, there's 2.4 months worth of inventory on the market. Let's rewind back a couple years ago. There were like zero point 0.4 months worth of inventory on the market. So yeah, we're seeing a pretty big increase in the amount of homes that are on the market, and very relatively few are selling. Moving on to Hazel Park. Currently in Hazel Park, there are 47 homes for sale compared to only 17 that sold in the month of November. And the average sale price of those homes that did sell in November was $188,533. That's up 5.3% from the month of October, and it's up 21.1% from November of 2024. Homes in Hazel Park are currently selling for 98.4% of asking price, and they're selling in an average of 35 days on the market. And currently, there's 2.7 months worth of inventory on the market in Hazel Park. Moving on to Oak Park. Currently in Oak Park, there are 57 homes on the market compared to only 16 that sold in the month of November. This is going to be a recurring theme here. The average sale price in November in Oak Park was $248,602. Now that's at least up 8.2% from the month of October, and it's up 7.5% from November of 2024. And in November, homes in Oak Park sold for 99% of asking price, and they sold in an average of 31 days on the market. Currently in Oak Park, again, there's 2.7 months worth of inventory on the market. Let's talk Berkeley. Currently in Berkeley, there are 27 homes on the market compared to 21 that sold in the month of November. And the average sale price in Berkeley in November was $371,296. That's an increase of 16.6% from the average sale price in October, and it's 19.2% higher than November of 2024. In November, the average home in Berkeley sold for 101.2% of asking price and sold in an average of 28 days on the market. And currently in Berkeley, there's 1.5 months worth of inventory on the market. All right, moving over to Royal Oak. Currently in Royal Oak, there are 190 homes on the market compared to only 71 that sold in the month of November. And the average sale price in November was $462,873. That's up 4.3% versus October, and it's up 11.1% versus November of 2024. Currently, homes in Royal Oak are selling for 100.2% of asking price, and they're selling in an average of 24 days on market. Currently in Royal Oak, there's 2 months worth of inventory on the market. And finally, last but not least, your favorite and mine, that little city with the big heart, Clawson, Michigan. Let's talk about Clawson. Currently in Clawson, there is a whopping massive 10 homes on the market compared to an equally whopping and massive 8 sales in November. That's Clawson for you, though. That's like almost every month. It's single digits, or it's a little tiny city. What are you going to do? But the average sale price in Clawson in November was $282,875. That was down 2.7% from the month of October, and it's down 8.1% from November of 2024. That said, currently homes that are selling in Clawson are selling for 102.7% of asking price, and they're selling in only 13 days on the market. Currently in Clawson, there is 1 month worth of inventory on the market. So, Derek, what does this all mean? Well, let's talk about it a little bit because there's a few things going on here in the market right now. First and foremost is time of year. So, we know that our market usually peaks in July or August, right around there, and bottoms out typically in January, February. So, we're on the downswing as in terms of like number of sales, average sale price, things like that. Like our average sale price typically fluctuates between like 8 and 11% based, from the summer to the winter. So that is, nothing out of the ordinary from what we're used to seeing. However, between October and November, the number of closed sales dropped 30%, which is just massive. Like we're not used to seeing anything even approaching that. We'll see 2, 3, 4, half a percent here and there. We're not used to seeing 30% drops in the number of closed sales. So that's a huge anomaly. So far, we'll see what happens with December, but in the first 2 weeks of December, we're not seeing a similar drop in the number of closed sales between November and December. So hopefully that's leveling out, but whatever happens, I'll report back. But the other factor is I really think a lot of this it has to do with employment, like the unemployment rate starting to go up a little bit, so people are a little bit more nervous or about a little more sensitive to price and interest rate, which luckily interest rates are coming down. Depending on the city, we're starting to see prices come down a little bit, so it is getting a little bit more affordable to purchase that home. But I think the moral of the story is, on the seller side anyway, we've got a lot of homes on the market, and relatively few of them are selling. But the ones that are selling either at really, really close to full price or over full price. So what that tells me is that those homes that are a really good value are selling immediately, and the homes that aren't are just sitting on the market. So if you're looking to sell your home, you've got a couple different options here. We either need to really put some effort into it and make it show its absolute best, or price it very competitively, or you run the risk of having that house sit on the market for quite some time. And on the flip side, what we're seeing on the buyer side is you've got a whole lot of choice you can go shopping for as long as you want. Homes are sitting on the market longer. There's more choices out there for you. And when you eventually do find that house that you like, you don't necessarily have to go in full price on it. So and at the same time, we've got rates coming down. We've got, depending on the city, we've got prices dropping as well. So, you know, prices are elevated from where they were a few years ago, obviously. But if you find that home that you really like, it's the one for you. This is probably the best time in the last 5 years to be able to go in, negotiate the price down, have it inspected, maybe negotiate it down a little further from there, and really end up with something that's more affordable than it would have been, even a couple of years ago when you had to just go in and compete and give your best offer right away and give away the store. You're not having to do that anymore on the buyer side. So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely report back. I have a feeling our market feels like it's really starting to transition, but the numbers don't kind of bear that out exactly just yet. So regardless of what happens, I'll be reporting back every month, just so everybody can keep track and know kind of where the market stands. And as always, if there's a city that I didn't mention, or a stat that I didn't get to, or just anything in general that you want to know about the real estate market, just reach out anytime. You can call or text me directly at 586-491-5622. Email me at Werenka@simplyhome.com. I'm on all the socials. Just find me. I'll respond quick. And until next month, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season. Spend time with family, friends, do all the good stuff, and have a very relaxing holiday season. We'll be back in January, ready to get right after it. So thank you so much, guys. We'll talk soon, and have a great one.